Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. The Pro Bowler Chris Harris is in on the tackle.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017, and I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
Dobbs now on second down, and he connects with Vance McDonald. 30, and all the way down to the 26. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 44 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now a first down carry by Bell, and he stopped immediately there. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On second down, Dobbs forced out to his left. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. On third down, Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. And now he'll tuck it and run. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now that was a good job by the defense swarming to the football. And you know it's no cinch that you're going to be able to get the ball into the end zone against them. They're number 2 against the run. So what's an offensive coordinator to do? Check your playlist.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. This time, Roethlisberger will throw. And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. Keenum now on 1st down. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. Denver has a 1st down on the 15-yard play. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
22! 22! Hey, go, Roger! 22! 22! On 53!
On 1st and 10, Keenum. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 24 yards.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where he, their big tight end, is so good. That middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Let's go. 52, here we go.
Now Keenum throwing on 2nd. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lindsey. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Keenum runs the sneak, and he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. 1st down. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 at the 19. Now they'll run it on the toss. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here we go, boy.
Now a handoff looking right. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a third down here.
Let's go, let's go.
Now Keenum. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
And McManus able to put it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, complete. That's Hodges. And he's brought down after a good gain. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
Hurry up, let's go.
Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. It's the linebacker, Brandon Marshall, there on the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Out of the gun, Dobbs. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Von Miller in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Under 4 to play now. Clock running, third down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. And now before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On fourth down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Back deep for the Broncos is Isaiah McKenzie. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Hey, yo, let's go, let's go. Hey, yo, Roger.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now they try the right side here. Able to fight through one tackle. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front really well done.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. To go here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey.
Keenum now on first down. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
Hey, 52. Take 2.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now it's Keenum here off the bootleg. On a crossing route, he hits Demaryius Thomas. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. 23 yards on the play. Now they try the right side here. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Let's go, let's go.
Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On third down, it's Lindsey. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one, as it's good from 56 yards out. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here, as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here, as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess that in the locker room, they talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
52, right? Check it out, hey, 52.
They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Here's Keenum now on 2nd down. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now Keenum throwing right side. That's complete. Demaryius Thomas. A Bronco first down. Keenum hooking up with Thomas.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. It's Big Vince Williams who made the tackle.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Run. Get there, get there, get there, get there. Here you go, boy. Hey. Hey, we got four. We got four. Hey, all right.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Roger. I think it's you.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
Check. Hey, go, Roger.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
Pardon me, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone.
Let's go.
He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Now an Eastern Michigan man, Darius Jackson on the carry. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Let's go now.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
Ohio!
Now this time he'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Here's Jordan Berry now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken at about the 14. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now a handoff looking right. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the fourth quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Hey, you got 3.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to roam now. And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. You gave the stat early on that he's one of just 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards last year, and then you said they needed to bottle him up for under 100 yards. He's way under 100 yards.
Bottom line, he's had virtually no success whatsoever.
And because of that, among a couple other reasons, they're down on the scoreboard. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
And the Steelers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes this a 9-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Steelers. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll
throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And McDonald here over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there at 22. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Washington with a catch, middle of the field. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. Got his man complete over the middle. It's McDonald. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a 1st down to boot. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfired.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Vance McDonald, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers have now made this a 1-score game. Extra point now by Boswell. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will get him one closer. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Hey, orange, orange! Orange, orange! Roger, roger, roger! Roger, roger, roger!
A shotgun snap for Keenum. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, I mean, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Here's Marquette King now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. On 2nd down, Dobbs. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense has got it in their end zone, and that strip may have just saved this ball game for them. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. They do tack on the extra point as well, and it might seal the deal as that makes it a 2-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
This one complete, right side to McDonald. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Throwing here, Dobbs. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Derek Wolfe in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It was Darian Stewart that time who was able to knock the pass away. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Finding room to the 20 and down to the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 15, and that ought to just about put an end to this one.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a gain of 15, and that ought to just about put an end to this one. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Now, that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelmed. Because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit in the backfield.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Denver, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they will get a home date next week.